we are here to do Isabelle's 2-month update. I cannot believe she's 2 months old. I feel like this time around it's going so much faster than it did with Emma, and she's growing so good and is so cute. So I want to update you guys on kind of this last month and her milestones and what has happened with this little girl. So first big milestone that happened when she turned 2 months is at 4 weeks and 4 days old, she smiled for the first time. And that was so sweet. It was in the morning and I had woke her up, or she woke up, and I was talking to her and she gave me this big, huge grin, and it was the sweetest thing ever. And ever since then, she's just smiley all the time. When she wakes up, when we talk to her, she loves when Emma comes in the morning and says good morning to her. She gives her a big, huge grin. So she is just a sweet, happy little girl. She is starting to coo and ah and talk to us all the time. And when she's awake and she's playing, she's always gabbering back and forth, and she'll respond back when we kind of chat with her. If I go back in her face and go, oh, coo, or whatever, she'll talk back and smile and kick her arms and her legs. So she is hitting all of the milestones that she should. She really hates tummy time. That is not her favorite thing to do at all. She hates it. She screams the whole time she's on her playmat or in her boppy, any of those things. She hates tummy time. So what I've done to kind of work with her on that is I'll lay flat and put her on my chest, and she'll do some tummy time that way. And she is good about holding her head up. Her head is strong. She just doesn't like tummy time for whatever reason. So we're working with her on that, and I'm trying to get her more acclimated to adjusting to tummy time. But it is her biggest hatred right now, is to have to do tummy time. She does enjoy playing on her play mat. She loves to lay on her back. She starts to grab at her toys. She is definitely more aware of her surroundings now. She's looking, like if the TV's on, she looks at the TV. She's always looking at our faces and studying what we're doing. She's more interested in the toys that we put around her. She'll swing at them or just study them. So she's definitely becoming, more aware of everything that's going on around her. As far as nursing, she is still just exclusively breastfed. She's doing really good with that. She nurses about every 2 to 3 hours during the day. Sometimes she'll cluster feed and have more feedings. Sometimes at night specifically, she tends to cluster feed. But she's a great nurser. For sleeping, she is sleeping she's getting a little bit better. She was, for a while there, still doing about every 2 hours at nighttime, and now she'll go anywhere from 3 to 4.5 hours between feedings. Last night she actually only woke up 1 time in the middle of the night, so that was really exciting for me. She is now in size 1 diapers, and she is in 0 to 3 months clothes. When she turned about 6 weeks is when her newborn clothes didn't fit her anymore. Specifically lengthwise, they were just way too short. So she is now in all 0 to 3 month clothing. Nothing newborn anymore will fit her. We did have her doctor's appointment this morning, and she is currently 10 pounds, 15.5 ounces, which puts her in the 37th percentile for weight. So her weight did drop down in the percentile a little bit, but her pediatrician said likely she's just stabilizing her weight because she was a bigger baby when she was born. So she's just kind of finding that middle ground, and likely she'll shoot up again here in the next month to 2 months. She is 23 inches long, so she's grown a full inch in the last month, and she's definitely long. I feel like she is so long, like longer than Emma ever was. So that's a lot of her growth, and her head was, I don't remember the exact measurement, but she's in the 91st percentile for her head size. So she's got a big head like her daddy, and that hasn't changed since she had a big head when she was born. The other things that have happened this month is she did have a big bout of cradle cap. She had cradle cap all over her head, and then I didn't even know this was possible, but she had cradle cap on her face, and then it also spread down to parts of her body. That started right when she turned 1 month old, and my pediatrician was like, oh yeah, it looks like she's gonna get cradle cap on her body, and I was like, wait, what? Because I did not even know that was possible. Emma had cradle cap, but she only had it in her head, like the typical scaly type cradle cap, and Isabelle had that plus everything on her body. So it was really bad on her head. She had lots of that scaly, dry skin. So what I have been doing to treat that is I've been using coconut oil and breast milk, specifically on her head. And then I've also just been using coconut oil on her body, and that has cleared up. So she has just little patches still yet on her body, and it's pretty much all gone on her face. And then she has just a little bit of it on her head yet. But that was crazy because I did not even know that was possible. She still loves her passy. Her Wubba Nubs are her favorite. She loves this type of passy the best. She's not particular with passies, but she does use them quite often throughout the day. She just really enjoys sucking. She has found her hands, so she is gnawing at her hands or tries to suck on them. She's gotten her thumb in a couple times, and Emma's a thumb sucker if you guys have followed our channel and you know that about her. And I'm like, on the fence on if I want her to be a thumb sucker too, because she's found it, and this was about the age when Emma found her thumb and never went back to a passy. And so I'm trying to keep her on the passy just because I feel like the thumb sucking is really hard, since Emma still does that at nighttime to fall asleep. It's just a harder habit to break, so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know. But she still really likes her passy, I think even more than Emma did at this age, so that's a good sign. And like I said, her Wubba Nubs are her favorite. I think the other thing to note is that I do think her hair is going to be like Emma's. If you look, you can see her hair has gotten a lot thinner. Emma had dark brown hair like Isabelle did when she was born, and then it all fell out between 2 and 3 months, and then it regrew. She went completely bald, and then it regrew her light brown color that it is now. So Isabelle was the same. She was born with dark hair and lots of it, and as you can see now, it's really thinned out. And so I have a feeling that she's gonna lose her hair completely just like Emma did, and it'll likely regrow the same color. So that's funny because we kept going back and forth, like, is she gonna keep her dark brown hair or is it gonna fall out? And it's just, especially in the last week, just really starting to thin out constantly. So I am not surprised by that anymore. When Emma was born, I didn't know newborn hair loss was a thing, that they could lose all their hair and have it regrow a different color. So I think she's gonna follow in her big sister's footsteps and have that same thing happen. Other than that, she's just a really good baby. Her demeanor is super sweet. Not much bothers her. She's just pretty easygoing. She gets upset when she cries. It's, you know, or when she's hungry. She gets pretty upset, and it's, you know, 0 to 100 when she's hungry. And then once she's been fed and changed, she is like just such a good baby, and we have just loved having her around. She's been such a great addition, and she's just growing so good. And it's crazy how much she already is just changing her, you know, her looks, and I just can't believe it. We just are over the moon in love with her. And so I think that is it for her 2-month update. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them as a comment below. And thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. If you guys are new to our channel, we'd love to have you follow along with us. And we'll see you next time. I'll show you this little mist before we go. Here you go, Isabelle. Say bye, guys. Thanks for watching.